Nigerian university teachers on the platform of Academic Staff Union of Universities have given out the strongest indication yet of their resolve to embark on another nationwide strike, ostensibly to force government's hands over their unpaid wages. To underscore that resolve, the Olabisi Onabanjo University Agoiwuyi chapter of the University Teachers Union on Wednesday staged a peaceful rally to create awareness over the impending strike action. Those behind the rally reportedly said they were acting on directive of the national body, added that the strike ought to have commenced, but that the union chose to postpone it till a day in July to enable the lecturers prepare the minds of stakeholders. And Rise News analyst Dayo Sobowale is here to discuss the need for all stakeholders to forestall another teacher strike in Nigeria's university sector, as well as the importance of a more stable academic calendar. Good to have you with us as always, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure of being here as usual.
All right, so what will it benefit ASUU if it were to embark on another strike, and how credible are the current agitations, you think?
Yes, the current agitations are unserious as far as I'm concerned. And for LASU to be holding a mock trial like judges do, or doing a rehearsal for a strike, shows you that they are not serious-minded people. Even though they have serious issues, they are contending with government. Unpaid salaries, removal of governing bodies without their exhausting their tenure and things like that. But these are issues on the table. If between now and end of June, government resolves them, what use is this mock rally that they have done? You see, and they do not have interest of their students at heart. And I deplore that. I deplore that. I went to Ife, and I spent the normal number of years, came out. And I could recollect, even when we were having strikes against government, the VC then, Oluwasomi, would tell us to be careful with the police and make sure we look after each other and do not fight the police. The opposite is happening now. How can you lecturers be demonstrating and say you are warning government and your students that you will not work in July, you are doing that in June now? No, it is a mockery of industrial relations. It's a mockery of industrial relations. And you see, if they have compunction, they will know that they are doing a disservice to the students they teach. Because if they go on strike, there is no learning, there is no teaching, the environment is charged, and you see, they do not really care about the indignation and anger of students, especially from poor homes who are struggling to send their wards to school to learn and earn a degree and be able to help out. See, it is a disgrace the way they are taking it. They are doing it as if it is a seasonal carnival. It is a seasonal carnival. And if they do the cost-benefit analysis, and they have abundant intellectual resources and educational resources to do that, you see, I hope they are not being driven by Marxist-oriented lecturers. Because Marxist-oriented lecturers do not have respect for government, especially in a free market economy like ours. Yes, they don't. You see, okay, you look at it, this perennial breakdown of university calendar because lecturers are on strike. It has not benefited them. It has not benefited the students. And look at what they are even haggling over now. Some unpaid salaries, which government says do not pay for work not done.
Because of the strike.
That means that you went illegally on strike, I will pay. But after some time, they even agreed to pay. But they have so many sections now that it seems they are using the strike threat to ridicule, disorientate, and cripple our university calendar and the university system. I deplore that. I don't like it.
You know, Mr. Sobowale, I was reading quite an interesting article from New York Times from 1978 when there was a wave of industrial action in the universities in New Jersey state. And what they did is, because they felt industrial action going on outright strike, like you said, goes against the spirit of academia. So what they did is they stayed on the job, but they refrained from teaching. So all the other activities of the university continued, research and all the other things that happen in the university. But the one thing they said they wouldn't do is they wouldn't teach. The only thing they would do with their students is that they agreed to lecture their students about the causes and the reasons for their being on strike. Now, one of the main wins for them of engaging this strategy was that they were able to still earn their salaries because they were at work. So, you know, when you look at it, it was quite a creative way to address the issues at hand. Do you think we've explored all the other creative ways of addressing?
No way. We have not explored that. You see, the time you are talking about, that was in the university. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I just graduated. You get me? So, see, those people had the interest of the students at heart. That's why they were doing that. Compare that with what you have on the ground in a good way. Lecturers, respected professors, heads, who should know better, practicing how to do a strike. But that was what they were doing. It's a ridiculous way to do collective bargaining. And it doesn't help their own image as intellectuals in any way. So I do not like it. As a product of a university, I do not like it. And the sooner they relent on doing this sort of thing, the better. Because very soon, the anger of their students, you get me, may be unleashed on them. The students too have associations, they have NAS and so on. Although you can say that maybe government has not been doing enough, but they, like you rightly said, to find creative ways of dealing with government. You get me? Schumpeter's theory in economic development says that you should disrupt the system, look for in marketing, look for new ways of doing things, study your customers' needs, and look for better, newer ways to satisfy them. So go ahead. You see, they are not selling anything. But let them at least create peace of mind for the students who are in that camp.
All right, Mr. Sobowale, still talking about perception and image. So Nigerian tertiary institutions are rated poorly on global rankings. So what has been the role of strike scenarios in contributing to that negative perception? Briefly.
Obviously, if you don't teach, students don't learn. So you can make productive contributions to intellectual papers or put out any philosophy that the intellectual community globally will admire and appreciate. They may not even put you on the list of those to be considered. If they know you are perennially off duty and you are not teaching anybody. So the result is predictable and it is deplorable again, as I said. So we must do something. Maybe, no, I still suspect there are some Marxists in their midst who want to bring. You know, how to. Some Marxists, all they want is for government to hands down and they take control.
Well, maybe the Marxists...
We still have elections. And they do elections for us.
They do, yeah, exactly.
That's part of the problem.
That's part of it, yeah. Well, if there are Marxists amongst them, I hope maybe they can stay in the institutions and teach their students about some of these philosophies as opposed to striking. Mr. Sobowale, thank you so much for your time. Enjoyed going through this topic with you.